Hey, what's up, fam? Continuing the trend for the series, Kimetsu no Yaiba. I'm curious to know what the percentage of time the author spends developing between the villains and the good guys, because legitimately the demons they feel a lot more fleshed out than the demon hunters, and it's not like the demon hunters don't have any character development. I think both sides have been pretty well constructed, but I don't know. I feel like the demons themselves just feel a lot more interesting as characters. But I still like them. I like Shinobu this whole chapter. I thought she was pretty cool. But Doma, the I think he's rank 2 of the moons. It was just really interesting to see how him remembering back when he was a human, when he was a child of because he's got like this pale gray hair, but his eyes apparently are like a shimmering rainbow-like color when you look at them. That people viewed him as some form of religious figure. That it was some sign of God, and he ended up getting a religion kind of formed out, like a small like little I don't want to say cult, pretty much a cult, and he kind of just went along with it because he was very self-aware of the world at a very young age, and he just thought his parents were idiots, and all these people coming to him crying, putting up their woes and their pains, and hoping that through him they could, get a message or response from a god. And he's just like, these guys are all really stupid. And you think this part when he's crying because he's hearing this guy's like story of like his suffering child or something, like his kid dying or whatever. But he's actually crying because the paradise that they believe in, this afterlife, he's like, it doesn't exist. It's all just it's a story humans made up to relieve pain and suffering in their minds. And it's just all kind of depressing. Like he's upset over the simplicity and the wrong kind of setting for humans, which is interesting as well. It's super interesting. I mean, I had to definitely take one of the panels just as a reaction for I don't know, someone in a conversation with someone. He's like, they could not accept something so simple. It must be difficult to be so dumb. And I'm like, damn, dude, what an asshole. And he's just like doing weird stuff. Like he collects skulls. He's like he's combing the hair on the ones that still have hair. He's a very weird guy, and he's talking to Shinobu about like the poison is becoming less and less effective. He's impressed by her speed, but you can tell like she's starting to have a toll taken on her from her own wounds, and how if it wasn't for the fact she uses poison and she uses that sword, that he thinks that she more than likely would have defeated him already, because obviously she uses her fact she doesn't have a lot of muscular strength. She's combines her size with speed, then poison to to take her enemies down. But that's not working here, and she's just like thinking about like her faults in this situation have finally like caught up to her, because normally with a demon she can use poison to defeat him, but now it's just she can't really do that with this guy, and she doesn't have the strength to cut off his head. And she's getting close to that giving up point, but she remembers her sister, who is her whole reason for hating Doma so much. Having this moment where in her conflict with herself, and this vision of her sister just being like, you need to stand up, you need to keep fighting, you can't just die like this. If you've decided to beat this guy, don't give up, partway in. Keep going until keep keep that mindset of defeating him. And you could tell just that the conviction definitely getting more serious with her, and which was pretty nice. And then she uses this 100-legged centipede zigzag attack, which is just really cool. Just that speed like off put so much that it's like shattering the wood panels below on the bridge, which I thought was really cool. And I'm kind of more confused because she comes in, you get this really cool moment where she's able to dodge an attack, just by the skin of her teeth, and it ends up just cutting her robe, and she goes in and strikes Doma and pins him like to the wall with her sword, which is really cool. But at the same time, like I thought, like unless she's got some super secret like trump card poison, I don't know if it's gonna do much. She might be able to wound him enough that he's got to retreat, like maybe something that maybe he can't recover from, or it'll get to a different fight and then he'll have to like fall back for some reason. I don't know. I'm curious on how this is gonna go because Doma definitely feels like I don't know. It doesn't feel like she can beat him the way that she is. Just from the fact her poisons aren't really doing much anymore. That's her entire fighting style. She's not strong enough to behead him. It just doesn't look well well boding for her. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really interested to know where this goes because I like Shinobu's character, but I also really like Doma's character. Like they're both really interesting, and you've gotten a lot out of the last what, 2 or 3 chapters alone, just out of both of their characters to kind of make them really compelling and very interesting to see. Like it happened at the same time when the sixth moon kind of came up, like the dude and his sister. I can't remember his name entirely off the top of my head, but like throughout their story, just like getting bits of their characters, like, it was a sad sight to see them go because they're just very. They had a very interesting dynamic, and then you had like the what like 4 and 5, and they're like, well, not a big deal to these guys, but this guy number two, Doma, is definitely pretty cool. And then Shinobu's backstory, leading up to her, is pretty good. And I'm not too sure where the series is going to continue onward. Obviously, even if you start taking out the moons, that Muzan can get more. The only one that would be ashamed to see going so early within the series is the number one, because obviously he's got a lot of story and like lore significance. But Doma or any of the other moons, I think should be are fully within his capability of getting new ones, because all you got to do is find a capable demon. He's just got to feed them a lot of humans, and then they'll catch up in power. Like that's the only thing that really would be harder to get is because the upper moons, because of their age, they've lived so long and they just have a lot of battle experience and they're clever. That's how they live so long. But I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think about this chapter below. I'm really liking Kimetsu no Yaiba. I really see this as the third of the big new three in Shonen Jump. The old one Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, and this new age being Black Clover, My Hero Academia, and Kimetsu no Yaiba. So I'm hoping more people get into this as well. And the anime is about to come out, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. It's done by Ufotable, so it's probably gonna have a huge spike. And I mean, like, the animation makes Black Clover and My Hero Academia's animes look goofy. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, give a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and check out my other videos. See if there's anything that I review that you like or any videos that I've done in general that you like. And thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. Otherwise, thank you all very much for listening.